because I'm very, very excited to have you on stream. Again, First Fridays is a guest GM and sometimes cast in tow, which we have here today. Again, joins the InsightChecked crew, motley crew, I suppose, for a little bit of adventure, trying out a new system, and just networking and mixing it up a little bit. So say hello and let's get started.
Hello, everyone. I'm Hero. I'm your dungeon master tonight. Welcome to Hazards and Hijinks. I promise I will not cause them to lose their characters tonight. They will survive this adventure, or they won't. You know, because I can't control dice. That's how dice work. You know, you throw them and then it's just a random probability. But you know, that's life. All right, Tusk, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Tyler X. Koontz, and I will be playing Tusk, the Loxodon rogue. You know, and why is it Tusk? Because it's the last thing you'll see. I got the ivory keys to your heart.
Tusk, you're hit by a black bolt of lightning and take 2 points of damage because there will be no puns in this show.
Smoke bomb.
All right. Up next, Fizzlewig, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello. How are we doing? My name is Fizzlewig the Fabulous, but I'm also known as Daniel Romero, and I'm going to be playing a engineer scoundrel, but I'm actually a bard.
Yeah, don't get it twisted. Fizzlewig is 100% an Enja bard.
Yeah.
Definitely a bard, not an engineer pretending to be a bard.
No, I am a bard.
That's
I paid my way through Bard College. Well, my parents paid my way, but
that works.
Yeah, so I did go.
Well, thank you. All right, we got some new cool adventurers. So, Torque, why don't you introduce yourself?
I am Tom Novak, a longtime friend of Allison's. I will be playing Twark Main, the pioneer poet and fluffy catfolk scoundrel, with his wolf pack and lightning bolt, his donkey companion.
And we are so happy to have you.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Could you give us like the first line of a poem that you're working on right now?
Something there is that doesn't love his face.
Ooh.
It sends the frozen ground swell under it.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Well done. Snap.
Not plagiarized, like 5%.
Like our logo, not plagiarized. It's just fun.
Yeah.
All right, and finally we got Dot. Dot, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Dot. I'm a Minotaur. I love healing people. Sometimes they scream though, and I messed it up. I want to be a doctor, but I'm bad at it.
You know, when you're good at being a doctor, your mortality rate is still like about 48%. So you might be the best doctor in all of like Minotauria.
That's what I tell myself when I look in the mirror.
That's good. That's very good. All right, now that we've met our cast of characters, it's time to get the adventure started. Now, for those of you who've never experienced a Hazards and Hijinks show before, there are dogs sometimes. They just show up and start barking. Nothing we can do about it because that's just life. But what we also have is hazards and or hijinks. Throughout the show, people can typically donate to us, but because we're doing a cross promotion, what we actually did is we went to our social medias and we said, hey, let's make sure this adventure is a lot of fun and a lot of chaotic energy for our two new players. So we had someone pre-donate. We have a couple donations locked and loaded, ready to go, that we will throw at the players throughout the show to create that hazards and hijinks experience. Beyond that, we also went to our social media and we said, hey, what kind of crazy monsters and crazy adventure do you want our cool adventurers to go on? And y'all pick the constructs. So at some point, they will be challenging giant constructed monstrosities, robots, moving statues, escalators. The sky's the limit. Who knows what's going to happen here? On the quest, you all picked the infiltration quest, so they will be sneaking in somewhere. At some point, we will give them that quest and be like, you have to sneak into this place. If they succeed in either fighting constructs or sneaking into a place, they will earn a level achievement. If they complete both of those, they'll get 2 level achievements, getting them that much closer to level 2 or 3, depending on which character it is. Ooh, how exciting. All right, well, now we are ready. We've explained all the rules, so let's get this adventure started. We'll start the way we always do, with a hearty huzzah. And join in with us, please. It's fun. It's cathartic. 3, 2, 1, huzzah! All right, let's start with Tusk and Fizz. Tusk and Fizz find themselves at the Broken Tankard Tavern enjoying a drink as they just kind of sit and ponder the fact that they've never really hung out before. And as they both kind of just debate saying something, a giant stone colossus fist pounds through the roof of the Broken Tankard Tavern, ripping the roof off of it. This giant stone monstrosity has a completely sheer face, but it has a carving of a serpent on its face, and it booms in this loud voice. You have been summoned to death! And then it slams its fists down. Let's roll a d6 to see its attack. Boom! Oh, all right. Boom, 1d6. Oh, it hit you. We rolled a 6, so that's going to hit both Tusk and Fizz. Tusk, Fizz, you both have the same AC, if I remember correctly. So that means it beat you by 4. So you can take a lot of damage or have something really bad happen. What would you prefer?
Really bad.
All right, Fizz is picking really bad. Tusk?
Really, you gotta go against 2 peas in a pod, yo. I'm
All
with
right.
you, brother.
I love it. All right. As it slams its fists down, shrapnel and debris fly all over the place. Both of you jump into action and are immediately hit by a flying table, which strikes you both right in your diaphragm, knocking the wind out of you. You both fall down and are currently incapacitated. That would make it Tusk's turn. You're the fastest on the board right now. So first, we're going to roll a Constitution check, 10 or better. You succeed. You got a nat 20. So you go ahead and tell me what you did as you regained your breath. You can do essentially anything at this point. What would you like to do?
All the air got sucked out, so I'm just gonna use my tusk to bring it back in. And then I'm gonna use all that sudden incompressed air to blow it back out. Create a volcano hurricane trifecta effect that just is gonna blow up its skirt a bit.
Yeah, I love it. I'm going to call this a free power attack on your end. So let's roll 3d6. We got 14, a 6, a 3, and a 5. So yeah, your torrent of elemental energy flowing out of your trunk strikes the stone colossus, knocking it back. It tumbles back outside of the Broken Tankard Tavern. That would make it Fizz's turn. Fizz, we got to roll your Constitution check first. And you rolled a 5. So you failed, which means you're still incapacitated, or you can use EP to bump it up to a success.
Fizz, we gotta rock 'em like a hurricane.
I don't think the voice in the sky knows that this is actually the second time we've worked together.
Well, it's all in good fun.
I'm not going to use any EP, and I'm currently incapacitated.
All right, yeah. Defiant to the end until I accurately remember how many adventures the two of you have been on together. Fizz is not going to take an action because he is currently incapacitated. All right, that would make it the Stone Colossus's turn. He is going to throw down another fist for 3, so he just barely hit you. He barely hit each of you. So you can take a tiny bit of damage or have something weird happen. Tusk, what would you like? Tiny damage or something weird?
I'll take a tiny bit of damage.
All right, yes, he smashes his fist down. Wood splinters fly throughout the whole of the Broken Tankard Tavern, and you get struck with a single splinter, like right in the tip of your finger, just like
Oh God, I'm gonna need some tweezers for that. Oh.
Yeah, single point of damage. Fizz, how about you? Something weird or a tiny bit of damage?
Oh, something weird.
All right, yes. So again, because you're incapacitated, a chair just like smacks you, but you land on top of it and it spins outside, and now you are out back behind the Broken Tankard Tavern, just kind of spinning in this chair.
Am I still incapacitated?
You are still incapacitated. But now you are no longer directly in combat. That would make it Tusk's turn. Tusk, what do you want to do?
Oh, this may be tiny, but it is the worst pain I have ever felt in my life. Wait a second. Oh, there's broken table all around me. I grab two of the legs, and I go charging for the Colossus's foot, and I'm going to shove him right between his toenail and his toe.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I'm going to say that is a standard attack on your part, so let's roll 2d6. We got an 11, a 6, and a 5. Yes, you slam both of those hunks of wood into the stone edifice of a toenail, and somehow, because of the magic involved with animating this construct, it in fact does inflict a ton of pain. It begins bellowing, "Oh, that really hurt! Oh, wow!" And it begins hopping around on one of its feet and tumbles backwards, crumbling into a bunch of smaller stone constructs that begin running around. One of them grabs you, Tusk, and smacks you on the head, knocking you out. That would make it Fizz's turn. Fizz, let's roll that d20. You got a 7. You're still incapacitated unless you want to burn some EP.
No, it's way funnier that I'm still incapacitated.
Yeah, you're now
Completely
dizzy.
useless.
Chair's just been spinning. You're just like, So yes, you see, in your kind of delirious, spun out state, you see two smaller constructs come up, and they both whap you on top of the head, knocking.
Do a con save on whether or not I throw up.
Yeah, we'll do a D4 on that. Odd or even?
Odd.
You got an odd, so it is up to you. Do you throw up or not?
Definitely, and it's on the constructs.
Yes. You have spilled your guts all over these constructs. So now they give you 2 whaps on the head, like one to get the job done and one to show their dissatisfaction at the paint job that you just provided them.
Okay.
And both of you are knocked out. We will come back to you later because meanwhile, 2 new adventurers are just wandering through the plains of blood over there in just north of Oakvale. One of them is a large minotaur with pristine white gloves and a huge meat cleaver. This is Dot, and the other is a dapper and well-dressed, fluffy catfolk by the name of Twark Main. These 2 have decided to throw their lot into the exciting career of adventuring. And they heard that Oakvale was a good place to adventure, and so they are making their way there. What do you 2 see? What do you see as you're walking towards?
I think Dot would see a living animal and point it out to Twark and say, "Oh, I chopped that up at the butcher shop, but it was dead."
Oh, well, it doesn't seem to need any healing right now, so it seems good. Just don't put your cleaver on it right now.
Whoa, okay, but it's easier to cut if it's not moving.
Yeah, but we talked about this. Not everything needs to be cleaved. Some things you could better just leave them, and that they don't need healing all the time. My toe's still a little bit weird from that time you wanted to give me that adjustment. So
I just wanted to help.
Well, You got your special way of helping, we know.
I think it looks prettier now. I like that it flips in half and both parts wiggle.
It does have more color. Lots more colors, I'll tell you that.
Suddenly, a group of snake folk drop out of the field surrounding you. They have long spears and blowguns ready. One of them steps forward. So, what are you doing here, clear adventurers?
We're not healing. We're not cleaving. We're just traveling on the road, friend.
Just passing through.
Just passing.
Where are you going?
Point B. I started at point A.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, shortest distance, straight line.
But we have been hired to kidnap all of the adventurers in this area, and you fit the bill, as you are clearly not farmers or lawyers or doctors. You have the cut of adventuring peoples.
Dot looks hurriedly at Twark. I don't even look like a doctor.
Oh, well, I mean, the doctor's in the eye of the beholder, you know.
Oh, anti-magic fields are in the eye of the beholder. Attack them! And the snake folk begin attacking. They throw nets and shoot darts at you. However, Torque, you dodge out of the way, missing the net and the dart. However, it does hit you, Dot, for a tiny little bit, just beat you by 1. So you can take a little bit of damage, or you can have something weird happen.
Oh, something weird always.
All right, yes. So one of the snake folk go to throw a net at you, but then he trips, and so the net lands on you, but you're in the net with him. Like he's in the, like the two of you are like tangled in the net together, and he's like, knock it off, it's not supposed to go like this. So both of you are just tumbling around on the ground, caught in this net. It'll take you an action to get out of the net, but you are not incapacitated or anything like that, as he is moving around just enough that the net can't envelop around you. So that would make it Twerk's turn. Twerk, what do you want to do?
I would like to, through verse, try to explain that these people are ugly.
Oh, ouch. Yeah, I love it. Let's do it. Let's, that sounds like a performance check to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll a d20 plus a 1d6. You got a total of 18. So go ahead and explain via verse how ugly these scaly sons of guns are.
You are a thing that nightmares fear to dream. You are a malformation too extreme.
Well, that really hurt because it rhymed. Like, I think I'm pretty for an Ophidian. You're a dork, you big cat person. And the snakes begin crying, and they are inconsolable at this point. So of the 6 snakes, about 3 of them are incapacitated. They're just weeping uncontrollably at the sick burn you just delivered to them. That make it Dot's turn. Dot, what would you like to do? You can use an action to get out of the net, or you can attempt to do other things, but you'll have to make a strength check because you're in a net.
I think Dot kind of flipping all around in this net with this. It's like a snake or a snake person?
It's a snake. This is a snake folk, so it's a snake person.
Okay, so we
got
have
legs,
limbs.
got arms. Yep.
All right, so Dot would kind of in the tumble assume the position of arm wrestling. So any arms that she can see, she would try to grab them, and kind of in the rolling aspect, just kind of do a tussle and attempt to come out on top.
All right, then that sounds like an athletics check to me. So I'm going to roll a d20 plus a 1d6. You got a 9. So let's see, odd or even?
Even.
Even. Yeah, you roll an even, so you manage to succeed, but just barely. You tumble out of the net in such a way that the snake folk gets wrapped up in the net, and he tumbles further down into the fields. He is incapacitated as well. So now, of the 6, only 2 snake folk are active and present any kind of danger. So let's roll a 1d6 because it is their turn to attack. All right. Boom. They rolled a 2, which means they missed. They missed Torque again, and they barely hit you, Dot. So you can take a tiny little bit of damage, or you can have something weird happen again.
Something weird.
All right. Yes. The snake folk that was tumbling around, he hops back up and he goes, "I'm in love with you. That you have done the boogie woogie with me. We are now snake and wife." And then he jumps at you and begins wrapping himself around you.
Dot blushes, but she is a reddish kind of cow, so you can't really see it that well. And she's like, "I have to ask my mom."
I will ask your mother for your hand. You will be my snake charming wife.
I've never even left town before, and I'm married already.
Congratulations! Now make it Twerk's turn. Twerk, what do you do?
I would like to talk to this snake about, the proper way to court a lady. You can't just jump into marriage. You gotta take her out to dinner first, and really just talk to her, seek her interests. And this is just, you're going too fast.
I love it. I'm gonna say, now your social skill is nature, and because you're talking about the birds and the bees, I'm gonna allow this as a nature check. So let's roll a d20 plus a 1d6. You rolled a 17, which is a success. So what would you like to, what words of wisdom do you impart on this amorous snake person?
Listen here, snake person. You think that the blue jay that lands on the other blue jay right away, they go off and make a nest together? No, you gotta gather some sunflower seeds first and deliver them. You gotta make a pretty spot. You gotta show your tail feathers a little bit. This is ridiculous. Let the girl go.
The snake folk untangles himself from around Dot, bashful and ashamed of his unwanted advances, and he goes, "I'm sorry. I will court you appropriately by bringing you a vermin of appropriate size to feed you for the long winter." And then he scuttles off into the field, disappearing.
Wouldn't work on most minotaurs, but I think you might be onto something with Dot, honestly. So go do that.
I think it's Dot's turn. There are 2 snake folk left. They're hunkering down. Both have spears. They're bound and determined to try and capture you. What are you gonna do?
Dot, I think, just scratches her head at her change of fortune and says, "Well, he said he was gonna court me, and I didn't want to go to court. And he said he was gonna marry me, and well, I don't even know what that means, to be honest. So the rat sounded nice, though. The rat sounded nice." And she'll take a look at the other 2 and say, "I assume the proposition is not the same for you. You thought I was not a doctor. That makes me mad." And she will take out her boo-boo cleaver. And I think she would like to intimidate them and say something along the lines of, "Get out of the way. Straight line's fastest way to point B." And do one of those douche in her palm.
Okay. You rolled a 16. So yeah, you convey exactly what you mean by a straight line is the quickest way between point A and point B. The 2 snake folk look at each other and they go, "We have enough adventurers. Let's flee with our lives." And they run away, grabbing their crying adversaries, or their crying compatriots, and they disappear into the brush as well. The 2 of you kind of look around in bewilderment at this strange sight. You've only been an adventurer for a day, and you've already been involved in an ambush and a wedding proposal and all sorts of nonsense. But even before you can catch your breath, you see a giant stone colossus where the snake folk are running towards, and you can see in the Colossus's hands are two unconscious and bound people. One of them is an elephant folk, and the other is a nervous and sickly looking man. What do you do?
Now, there's some adventures that might need healing, Dot.
They look very, very hurt. She yells up. She puts both of her hooved hands over her mouth. I'll help you. Just stand still.
Or lay still. Yeah, that works. We're coming.
All right, Tusk, it's your turn. You can break free from your binds, or you can attempt to take an action with them.
What was that you said? I hate you and it took your mill? What? I don't remember taking anybody's mill. Oh God, where are we going? I'm gonna use my ivory tusk to try and get at my bindings.
All right, then we will roll a stealth check for that. And you got a 13, so yes, you successfully get out of your bindings. You are free of your bindings, and because you rolled better than a 12, I'm going to give you a free action. So you can do one other thing. What else would you like to do?
I was looking for. I see Fizzlewig over there, and I go, Fizzlebig, Fizzlebig, wake up!
Am I still out?
No, you have regained consciousness.
Oh, boo. All right. Okay. Yeah. So, can I use my my triangle to cut myself out?
Yeah, of course. That'll be an engineering check. So let's give that a roll. You rolled an 8. So you succeed. You either fail or you can succeed, and something bad will happen.
Oh, yeah, something bad will happen.
All right, yes, you succeed. You manage to wiggle out your magical triangle, and you begin playing it. You're playing the Song of Cutting, and so it does cut the ropes that are binding you. However, as we've established, snake folk really like to dance, and so hearing the music, all of the snake folk climb atop the colossi, and they locate you as the source of the music, and so they pick you up and begin carrying you away, and going, "It's time to dance, dance." That would make it Torque's turn. Torque, what do you do?
What do? I will try to join the dance in sort of a promenade square dancing way, and see if I can become Whizzlefig's partner.
All right. That'll be a performance check on your part. And we rolled a 9 and a 6, so that's 15. Yes, you begin strutting and doing a nice little box dance, nice little number, and all of the snakes look, and they're entranced by this and begin mimicking you. They drop Fizzlewig as they continue to dance in sequence with you. Oh, this guy really knows how to move.
I'm disappointed in being dropped. I'm like, come on, guys, no way. I know some better songs. Come on, pick me back up. This is the greatest moment of my life.
Now to make it Dot's turn. Dot, what do you want to do?
Dot is going to sheathe the boo-boo cleaver and clench both of her fists. And is this construct? There was a big thing, right, holding the two of these?
Yes,
these
yeah,
folks?
it's a colossus. So it's a stone construct about 24 feet tall.
And is it menacing in any way?
Well, I mean, to you've never seen, as you said, this is your first time out of your hometown, so you've never seen a walking animate stone statue that doesn't have a face. It just has like a snake carved into it. And it seems to be composed of like it's like a Voltron, like its legs are smaller constructs, its arms are smaller constructs. It seems very overwhelming. Why do you ask?
I wondered if Dot would feel kind of an animosity towards it. But I think her main priority now is fixing folks. So she's gonna go up to Bizzlezig and just say, "Oh, you look pretty hurt. Hold still." And I guess she'll take the boo-boo cleaver out again and like just give it a little bit of a gentle like nick near the face, just to see if it can activate some of its healing magic. The way you like do a close shave.
All right, yeah. Odd or even?
Can Fizzywig pick?
Yeah. Fizz, odd or even?
Odd.
Odd, all right. We rolled even. So yes, you go in for the close shave, and you slice off most of Fizzlewig's ear for 3 points of damage.
Oops. Sometimes I heal people, but sometimes they bleed. I'm sorry.
It happens.
All right, that would make it the snakes folks' turn. The snake folk, what are they going to do? They are going to fail. They're not going to do much of anything. Again, they only managed to hit Dot, so you can take a tiny bit of damage, or you can have something weird happen.
I would like the weird, please. Also, we gotta hydrate,
yes.
so make sure everyone hydrates.
The Colossus picks you up and sets you atop of its head. So now you're about 25 feet in the air. And as it does, you are immediately beset with a nasty case of vertigo. So you are currently incapacitated for 1 round, unless you make a check to overcome it. All right, that would make it the Colossus's turn. So the Colossus is going to attack now.
She tried to catch herself with her weapon.
Yeah, she can. That's up to her. That's not really up to you. I know you have a vendetta now, but you can't.
You want me to stay down there?
No, what I'm hoping happens is you try to catch yourself and accidentally stab me again.
Or stab your own ear off.
Don't worry, I'm coming for you.
The other ear.
All right, now the Colossus is going to attack, and it's going to slam its fist down. It rolled a 3, so that hit everybody. So for Dot, that beat you by 2. So you can take a fair bit of damage or have something kind of bad happen. And then for the rest of you, it beat you by 1. So a tiny bit of damage or something weird can happen. Dot, what would you like to do?
I'll take something bad happens.
All right, yes. Your vertigo has gotten the better of you, so you fall off of the Colossus 25 feet, taking 5 points of damage as you smash into Fizzlewig, just like landing right on top of him. And I will remind you that Dot is a cattle folk. She is a Minotaur, so she's a sturdy girl. She's a sturdy gal. So that's a lot of meat. It's a lot of steaks slamming into you. There.
Do I take any damage?
Well, do you want to take a little bit of damage or have something weird happen?
Weird, absolutely.
Okay, yeah.
This is where Fizzlewig finds out he has a crushing fetish. It's fine.
Dot, odd or even?
Odd.
All right, yes. Her boo-boo cleaver stabs you directly in the chest,
Ooh, oops.
Perfect.
but heals you for 6 points. You are healed 6 hit points as magic, as positive energy radiates through you. It hurt like hell because it was a giant knife that was just shoved into your chest. But as she pulls it out and says, sorry, it heals you all of the damage that you may have received thus far. Tusk, weird or a little bit of damage?
Let's get weird.
All right. So a snake person runs up to you and says, "You're not dancing," and smacks both of your ears, deafening you for a little bit. You are incapacitated for this round as you are trying to get your bearings. You can't hear anything, so you got to scream for the next 2 rounds. Yeah, sorry, buddy. Twerk, tiny bit of damage or something weird?
I feel like a conformist, but something weird.
All right, yes. One of the snake folk is wearing a lot of armor and steps up and goes, I am Majesty, the dancing queen. You must dance against me, or I will cleave you in half with my scimitar. It pulls out a massive scimitar, and then it begins writhing and undulating like a snake. You are now caught in a dance to the death.
Just like my first cotillion.
All right, so Tusk, it's your turn.
I pull myself together and I go, well, it looks like it's time for a fizzle jig. And I start dancing around and I get this idea, looking at our new cat folk friend over there. And I go, excuse me, you elegant gentleman there, you magnificent beast. Have you seen the barred tale of the War of the Twinkle Lights in the Sky? The Twinkle Lights Wars.
Yeah.
With the empireth that strucketh back?
Of course.
Everyone has.
Yeah.
Classic. Well, I just so happen to have some wings right here. It looks like you would know how to do one of those lasso thingies with a rope. You got one?
Of course.
All right. I'll be Maverick, you be Goose. Get my back, yo.
Affirmative.
All right, so you're attempting to perform a
team attack.
team attack. So to pull that off, Torque, we're gonna have you roll an assist. I'm gonna roll a d20. 11 or better, you succeed. 10 or worse, you hinder. You rolled a 4, so this is a hindrance. All right, Tusk, now we're gonna roll yours. This is going to be a stealth check on your part because you're trying to disable via a trap. Because you're still deafened, you already have a disadvantage, so we're gonna have 2 disadvantages. It was a 5 and a 4, so -9 to this roll. Let's give it a roll.
Let's
You rolled
do
a
it.
12, which means you got a 3. So you immediately slam into the Colossus's leg, because I think you were trying to perform a Hoth AT-AT maneuver.
Oh, you got it.
And the two of you slam into the leg of the Colossus, taking no damage, but both drop down. And you fail pretty spectacularly.
Yeah, I just wasn't. We referenced the barred tale, Toppeth gun, and War of the Twinkling Lights, so I got a little lost.
Oh, that's my bad. I crossed genres there.
Yeah.
Too many plays were referenced, you know.
Oh.
Too many plays. Like, are we doing the death?
I was gonna like flip upside down and give him the middle finger or something, so I got a little confused.
I make it Fizz's turn. Fizz, what do you want to do?
So I've been healed. I'm stabbed. Am I still on the floor?
You are still on the floor.
I would like to stand up.
All right, you have stood up. What else would you like to do?
Obviously, the next move is to continue pulling focus and play another song.
All right, yes. That's
so, the obvious choice is Mother May I from Bab, which is not Mamma Mia from ABBA, but similar.
Man, we are getting all kinds of referential with all of the plays and all of the bard shows tonight. I love it. All right, this is going to be a persuasion check on your part. So we're going to roll a 1d20 plus a 1d6. You rolled 15. So yes, this catches the attention of all of the snake folk and the Colossus. They seem to be fixated on you. So why don't you sing a little of the song?
Bump that?
What?
Can I use some EP to bump that?
Yes, you can. You can use some EP. I'll let if you burn 4 EP, I'll consider it a nat 20, and so you would just tell me everything that it does.
Yeah. So I what I'd like to do is have my triangle turn into basically a disco ball, and then start a pseudo roller rink
I love it.
in the middle of this fight.
Yes. The the triangle jumps into the air.
Dancing Queen from ABBA playing.
Yes, of course, from Bab.
Dancing, yeah, from Bab.
Bab.
Yes, the legally distinct, different version of ABBA.
Yes, legally distinct. I love it. All right. So
Actually, their full name, and it took a long time, but it took up way too much space. So, like, the fans know them as Bab, but they are fully legally distinct from ABBA Bab.
thank you for clarifying that, Viz. I really appreciate that. I'm sure a lot of people were like, "Hey, wait, there must be more to this." All right. So your triangle jumps into the air and becomes a disco ball. Other engineering, like other robots, pop out of your bag and begin assembling a roller rink and putting roller skates on everyone. And everyone begins dancing. This causes all of the snake folk except for Sajessi, the dancing queen, to topple over because snakes, while being very good dancers, are terrible skaters. And so they all begin falling and crashing into each other. The Colossus also begins wobbling and it falls down as well. You have successfully defeated the Colossus. That would make it Torque's turn. Torque Bane, what would you like to do?
Oh wow. I'm just gonna live my best life roller skating.
All right.
I'm in my dance to the death.
You are in the dance.
I'd like to try the Leo and Rose move, just the spinning move.
That was in my head too.
Well,
The Leo and Rose, let's roll it. D20 plus a 1d6. You rolled yourself a 10, so you can burn a little EP to make it a success, or right now it could count as a failure.
let's burn it. How much?
All right, 2 EP is going to bump it up to a success, so burn 2 EP, and you begin succeeding. We're going to say that this was a great dance move, so it counts as a free standard attack. You intimidate Sajessi with 5 points of psychic damage from your spectacular, like it was a little shaky at first, but then you really landed it. It looks super cool. And it inflicted 5 points of psychic damage onto Sajessi. That would make it Dot's turn. Dot, what do you want to do?
Dot is going to go in for the testimonial, and after removing the boo-boo cleaver from Fizzlebig's chest, is going to run up to him and be like, "Do you think you could provide a reference on my application to doctor school that you feel better now after I healed you?"
Yeah, I'm happy to help.
"Oh, that's so great. Well, we gotta go then." And she'll immediately try to begin clearing the way because she's very excited to move forward to point B now that she has a reference. So she's gonna start, I guess, just trying to elbow through the maybe even the one that's dancing with Twark, and just get out of the way. Someone believes in me, and she just starts shoving people out of the way.
Yes, I love it. I am going to say that this is... Yes, I know what this will be. This is a athletics check, and you rolled a dirty 21. So yeah, you just begin charging headlong, filled with confidence and excitement about your reference, that you slam into the back of Sajessi for a free power attack, doing 10 points of damage. Sajessi folds like an envelope and goes, "Ah!" as you impale her on your horns, and you just keep charging. You're not even aware that there's a giant armored snake person like mortally wounded on your horns as you're just like, "Let's go!"
I want to help people.
You're not helping me at all.
Who said that?
Congratulations.
Those are my inner voices. I'm not listening.
Congratulations, you have all successfully defeated the serpent folk ambush. And so once Dot finally realizes that she's not quite sure where she's running, and she stops, and simultaneously, for some reason, just a dead snake person just drops right in front of her. No correlation there. She returns to the rest of the group, and the four of you begin kind of talking about what happened and trying to figure out why it happened.
Oh yeah. Oh, hello there. Oh, you guys really saved our bacon. Oh.
Well, you're not made of bacon. You're a different meat type.
Am I? I've never really. Yeah.
Oh, just I know meat. I'm a butcher's apprentice.
Whoa. That could come in handy then when you're out on the road. You never know quite what one thing is versus the other. Your cholesterol goes through the roof, and before you know it, you got an arrow in your knee.
The Adventurer 15. It is.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Funnel Grig, are you okay?
Yeah, of course. Just, thanks for noticing.
Oh yeah, I mean, did you always have only one ear? Like,
Oh, it's a new look that I'm trying.
It's quite becoming.
I think it's slimming. It does make my face appear smaller and slightly longer. You know, they say you gotta make your face look longer to look thinner.
You could put all of that in the reference.
Yeah, definitely. We maybe leave out the part where you cut my ear off, but the rest of it, I mean, depends on what you want to go into, obviously. Like, you could, if you're looking into body mutilation as a practice, that could be a thing.
Only if it helps people.
helps people, right? Oh, he was coming to kill us. Those snake people they were said other adventurers or something. Might be they took other adventurers. Yo,
That might be us. I mean, they started to try to kidnap us. They almost married Dot. It's been quite the day.
They owe me a rat.
That is fact.
Used to being kidnapped, so this was not out of the ordinary for me.
Do you think they have more people?
oh,
No, we're probably it. We should go.
yeah. Oh, but
We're
maybe
on our way to point B, so
Or
I
we-
don't know where you guys are going.
We could just go back to the bar. We know this great watering hole that they carried us away from. We could just, hang out there forever. And
there also might be some loot though, real quick, that we could go just check out, and just do as adventurers do. I don't know if it's obvious, but I am Tusk from the Cool Adventurers, and this is, and this is Fiddlebigs, Fizzlewigs.
Sounds consistent, yeah.
close enough. Yeah.
Nice to meet you. I'm Dot.
Oh, that's a nice name.
My moniker's Twark Main. You can call me Twark, or anything really.
Anything.
We're not
really.
really from a group. Like, we're just, I guess our group's the New Adventurers.
An orc pops out. Oh, I was just watching this whole thing. I can't believe it. The New Adventurers saved the Cool Adventurers. I'm going to tell the press. And he begins running towards Oakville.
Oh
Being a
no!
little invasive, right?
Oh, yeah.
He was
We're-
watching the whole time, and he didn't help
But I
at all.
shoot him? I do have a gun. I could
I-
shoot him in the leg. I mean, it's a little intense.
I would be down with that only because I'm slightly peeved he didn't help.
Yeah, he was watching the whole time.
I'm not trying to kink shame here, but
It's called journalistic integrity. I can't interfere.
Well, then he's not gonna interfere with me shooting him, right?
All right, I'm gonna say that's gonna be a simple attack. You fire, striking him in the leg for 1 point of damage. He topples down to the ground. Oh! Ah! I'm gonna give you such a scathing tear down in literature, my friend. Oh!
Yeah, I'm not really sure I'm on the right side of history or shooting a journalist. Like, I'm a little conflicted, honestly.
No, I'm pretty sure it's fine. But,
I mean, I've heard of it happening, but I'm worried about it,
yeah.
honestly.
Oh, I mean, in the great books of history, how many journalists have you heard from?
Yeah.
Just kill them. They're not.
No.
I mean,
Oh no.
I'm not trying to tell you.
Let's change his
I'm
story.
just happy to be here.
Yeah, we don't do the adventuring for the press. We do it to fill that dark, empty hole that's the abyss of my heart.
Oh yeah,
I
we
can
got
fix
plenty of
that for
those.
you. Do you need a Band-Aid?
Metaphorically, yeah.
I've got something for that. Dot will rummage around in her bag and look for where she keeps the metaphorical healing, kind of near the bottom.
Okay, yes. Yeah, let's perform a medicine check. D20 plus 2d6. You rolled an 11, so you present Tusk with a cupcake.
Here
Could
you
I
go.
also request a band-aid for the wound in my chest?
Dot will reach inside the cupcake and pull out a Band-Aid from the center. And hand it over to him.
Excellent.
This cupcake, it's the cake I never got for any of my birthdays, from any of my fathers. A sign that I don't need his approval. I am cool. I am an adventurer. I am a rogue master.
And it's blueberry.
I think
Only a little stale.
Well, Tusk, congratulations on experiencing that emotional closure. And so the four of them began to head down to Oakvale. They arrived at the Broken Tankard Tavern just as the tavern master was repairing the roof and mumbling to himself about how much he hates having the cool adventurers stay with him. Oh, gee, come on, every goddamn day. Oh God, there's more of you.
Hello, barkeep. I'm sure you missed us. We would like 4 of your finest, please.
We brought new customers.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Uh,
Are these those new adventurers I've been hearing all about?
How'd you hear about that?
Yeah, I thought we took care of all the straggling leads.
He pulls out a newspaper which says, journalists attacked by the daring new adventurers. Are they the new heroes we need? Cool adventurers past their prime? Read more to find out.
What
Here's
is
the
this
funny pages.
scathing review? Yeah, that funny is right. Oh,
Yeah, they weren't too kind on the catfolk. They said he's a shoot first and ask questions later type of hombre.
Oh, no, I wanted to specifically shoot second. This is terrible.
Yeah, that's the press for you. They don't spend all their time taking us down instead of building us up. He jumps down from the roof and pours 4 ales and slides them to you.
you know, this gives me an idea. The press is our enemy. We need to sneak in and change the script. Yeah.
yeah, let's suppress the press.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see any downside to this.
Neither do I. Obviously. Great. Voice in the sky.
Oh, well, no, I think this is morally reprehensible, but please continue.
We'll have to change that. So he said that he thought it was a great idea while we're at it.
Dot will just shove her face inside her stein of beer, like her whole muzzle, just shove it in the beer cup.
Sounds great. Odd or even?
Even.
Yeah, you are currently drowning.
Can I pull her face out of the mug?
Yes, Dot, you take 2 points of damage from nearly drowning yourself. That's not exactly how we drown our sorrows away here at the Broken Tankard Tavern. All right. The tavern
Whoa.
master hands you a small slip of paper. On it, it reads, Broken Tankard Tavern, best inn and bar in town. The inn and stout sucks. Don't go there. So put this in the paper, and I'll support whatever else you're doing. I'll give you free drinks for the next month.
Oh, you got. Oh, no. He never offers that to anyone. Oh,
I do not. That is a true fact. Not even my mother.
Well, are you? Is your heart growing on there? You becoming a little softy?
No, I'm taking advantage of an opportunity. You're gonna sneak into the newspaper and change their press. I think it's a good time to, put something nice about us for once.
Whoa. Let's be clear. We're gonna get the truth out.
Oh yeah.
They were reporting nonsense.
Yeah, no. Are you telling me you think the Inn and Stout is a better restaurant establishment than the Broken Tankard Tavern?
Oh, sir.
No one would say that, except the newspaper maybe, but we've established them as lying, cheating folk.
But what if we printed that the Inn and Stout is another Broken Tankard Tavern and slowly take it over through word of mouth?
Ah,
Are there two of me? How can I run two shops?
I mean, give me a couple more ales.
Run of this place.
Yeah, we get drunk enough, there'll be two of you.
There could be four of you if we really wanted it.
Especially for at least a month.
Oh, now we get the whole town drunk for a month, and we end up with like 16 Broken Tankard Taverns.
Ah, this is foolproof.
Broken Tankard Town.
I regret giving you a place to stay. You are the biggest group of shingle dingles I've ever met. Get out of my bar!
Can I have a beer to go before we go?
He picks up a keg and throws it at you.
she just catches it above her head and lifts it, doing some deadlifts. All right, heads out.
All right, yeah, you're cool. The rest of you get out. All right, so the four of you, you see the entire town is covered with all of these press releases about how terrible the cool adventurers are, how terrible the new adventurers are, and how terrible the Broken Tankard Tavern is. Whoever you offended, you really did a job, and they are giving you the proper hit job in the press.
You shoot one journalist.
Yeah, right? I mean, I thought this was a monarchy.
All right, we figure out where they're making the papers. We scope it out. Then we get in. We take over. Yeah,
Paper mache. Do you guys like paper mache?
I mean,
tastes
it is
funny.
It's almost magical, the things you can make with paper mache.
And it's so relaxing to do.
Actually, it makes my hands kind of sticky and I don't really like it, but I like watching other people do it.
No, that's the best part. You go to bed with sticky hands.
That is
You just
a disturbing thing to say.
it's
To each their own. I mean,
sticking your hands in the paste and going to bed with sticky hands. There's nothing better.
yeah, I will agree to disagree on this one.
I don't knock it till you've tried it.
That's it. Let's wait for someone to leave the building. We knock them out, and then we replace them with a paper mache doll.
Oh, this
Ooh.
is foolproof. This
I
is
like
good.
it.
All right. And so the four made their way to the Deadly Trap District where the newspaper was established, and they waited outside for someone to come out to thwap on the head and replace with a paper mache construct. Who's going to be making the paper mache construct, and who's going to be capturing our hapless cohort?
I can do the cap.
I can help with the construct. Dot has a good sense of anatomy.
Okay.
And I can use my paint and disguise kit to help perfect it
All right. Well then,
cosmetically.
we'll Fizz and Torque are going to find someone to capture, and then Dot and Tusk are going to put together the paper mache construct. All right, let's do Dot and Tusk first. So, Tusk, you're going to be leading this. So we're going to have Dot. You're going to roll an assist. 10 or lower, it's a hindrance. 11 or higher, and it's helpful. So you rolled a 10, you can spend some EP to bump it up to a success, or it can be a hindrance. What would you prefer?
I'll spend the EP.
All right, yeah. It'll be 2 EP to turn it into a success. So that gives Tusk an additional 1d6 die on his roll. This is going to be a stealth check on your part to construct the paper mache doll. So
That's a good laugh, right?
Yeah, no, that's a great laugh. You rolled a 3, and then the 2d6 bumped it up to an 11, which is not good enough. You can spend some EP, or you can just let this thing go on its own and take the failure.
I'll use my EP.
All right, yeah, it's going to cost 3 EP to turn it into success. You successfully, the two of you kind of are talking it out and talking to each other about exactly how to put this paper mache thing together, and then it springs to life. And it goes, hey, I'm Machetio, the paper mache boy.
Oh,
I'm a real Minotaur named Dot.
That's so cool. I've never met a real Minotaur. Granted, I've never met anybody. Are you my father?
Yes.
Papa! Machetio gives you a big hug with his wet, sticky paper mache arms.
Dot will pat Machetio on the back and look at Tusk, like just nodding and smiling, like this is everything.
Congratulations, Dot. You
Thank
birthed
you.
a beautiful mache boy. Paper mache. I can't say it. It's so conflict.
Thank you, though. It's I
that's
left
one of the
home
words
and
that's very difficult for an elephant folk to say.
You said you wanted to be a doctor?
me?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
These
I
figures
do.
hear everything. Yeah. And here's another chalk up to it. You successfully birthed a baby mache good boy.
Yeah. I hear
Yep.
that you have to be able to do everything that you do to other people yourself. So yeah, that's a great thing to do. Should I try surgeries on myself too?
It couldn't hurt.
Okay.
Papa, I think you're the best doctor in the world. If you want to perform surgery on yourself, you go for it.
Dot just has that really slow grin spread across her face, and like the grin almost goes up to her horns, and she's like, this is everything. And she looks down at her sticky hands. She's like, he was right. It is so nice.
Yeah. This isn't weird at all. I love it. Papa's elephant friend, just doing some alleyway surgery. Let's get to it.
Totally normal.
Meanwhile, Torque and Fizz, you are looking for someone to nab and to capture. How are you going about this?
I don't care. I wanted to do paper mache.
Okay, well, you gotta turn that frown upside down, or Dot will do it for you with knives. So, it's just an important thing to keep smiling. I'm gonna look for someone on a cigarette break.
It's upsetting everyone watching.
I didn't mean it as a threat, it's just an eventuality. She's always using sharp things. Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here to be with me. I can tell by the facial expression. Let's find someone on their cigarette break. I got some cigars. One of them explodes. Not sure which one, but it's gonna be the one I put in their mouth, I think. So,
Can I please move my face?
yeah, just don't let Dot see it.
Alright, yes.
I mean, you already lost an ear, and you got one mouth. That's all I'm saying.
All right. As neither of you are trained in insight or perception, we're going to have to rely on our base attributes for this. So who would like to do the assist and who would like to do the search?
I will do the assisting.
All
I
right.
will search.
Well, the assist first. We got a 15, so that is helpful. Fizz, you look, and sure enough, you see an orc smoking a cigar. He drops it on the ground and stomps it out with his feet. He rubs his balding head and slaps his suspenders against his shirt. He has all of the bearing of an overworked, underpaid print journalist. He says, if I could just get pictures of those spider men, I would be on top of the town.
Could I use my kill command?
Yes, you can use your full command. That'll be a D20. You rolled an 8. So what do you want to have happen?
For him to die.
Fair enough. You pull out your triangle and you whisper into it, die, and it echoes. However, you rolled an 8, so it does dye him, but not in the way you wanted to. It dyes him bright purple. So he's just like, what is going on? This is horrifying! What? Woo! Woo!
I immediately rush up to him and go, would you like a release from this mortal coil to no longer look like this?
He just begins dropping to his knees screaming. That would make it Twerk's turn. Twerk, you were going to roll the check to find him. You definitely found him. So let's enact the second part of the plan.
I go up to Fizzlewig and I'm like, I think I see a journalist screaming in purple over there. I'm gonna approach him.
All right.
Right next to you. We got this.
Yep. We'll say this is a performance check, and you get 2d6 on it. You rolled a 24. So you walk up to him. He's overwhelmed, screaming because he's purple and covered in purple dye. What do you do?
I'd like to put an exploding cigar or regular cigar. I'm picking it at random. I know there's an exploding one in this case somewhere, so I'm giving him a cigar. I'm taking my own. It's gonna work.
I love it. All right. Now, because it is a performance, I want to hear some poetics.
Oh, wow. I gotta think of something that doesn't insult him. You are the cloudless skies in months of drought. You are that which we could not live without.
And you
Freedom of press is important, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
He stops screaming, but he's still in shock as you stick the cigar in his mouth and you light both of them in a single motion, odd or even?
Odd.
Even the cigar in your mouth blows up for 4 points of damage.
Confound it. I should really mark that somehow.
This causes the journalist to begin screaming again. Fizz, it is now your turn. What would you like to do?
Oh man. Can I just attack him?
Yes, you can.
Wonderful. I will attack him.
A standard, simple, or power attack?
Power attack.
Power attack. All right, yes.
Can I use my EP to increase it?
You can max it out. You can use 2 EP to make it max.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, yes. You pull out a small music box, and you push the button on it. It begins playing music, and it has a laser effect. But this is definitely
box.
Yeah, it's a Jack in the Box. It pops out, and the little Jack in the Box, he has a machete, and he just whacks the dude in the head with the machete, and he falls down lifeless.
There.
Good. I'm so glad you did that because I'm down one cigar. So I pick up his cigar.
Yeah.
Put it in my mouth.
Yes. This is one of the good cigars
I
you've been
kind of forgot the plan.
The Jack inside the Jack in the Box turns and goes, "Hey Fizz, this is a paper machete," and then it crawls back into the box.
Is that before it gets struck with black lightning or after?
Fair point. I did get struck with black lightning, taking 2 points of damage myself. I will mark that down accordingly. The two of you begin dragging the body of the purple journalist back towards Tusk and Dot, who seem to be talking to an animate paper mache boy.
Oh, wow. You created life.
I almost got married and then I had a child.
I see no implications about creation and the gods in this. This is good. Straight good.
Now, Machete-o, Machete-o, your job is to get in there and then prop open the back door when the coast is clear.
You got it. I'm gonna do that. And he looks around as you put the finishing touches on, and now he looks exactly like the journalist, except not purple or dead. And he begins walking towards the.
Wait, Machete-o. Dat will
Yes.
walk up and you got a little schmutz right here. And she'll his cheek.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
Thank you, Papa. I'm gonna do my best. And
You're welcome.
he knocks on the door.
Stay in character.
The door opens. He goes, "Hello, I'm a journalist. Definitely not a paper mache boy. Can I come in and do journalist stuff?"
They grow up so fast.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
really
yeah,
do.
JJ, get on in here. Gosh, you're weird. And Paper Machete walks in. After about 20 minutes, another door props open, and Paper Machete pops his head out. Hey, it's me, your son. Definitely not a journalist. I'm a paper mache boy. Here's the door. Come on in.
Stay in character. This is you're a journalist. You're looking
So-
for the Spider-Man.
Oh, he's,
Yes,
Yeah, that
stay
too.
professional.
he's
Yes.
talking to us.
Oh, yeah, let's go, guys. Come on.
Dat runs over.
Before you make your way into the newspaper office and facility. You see the printing press hard at work. There are several orcs and durgars making tomorrow's paper ready. You can also see several offices where journalists and editors are busy at work writing up the paper for the next day. In the editor-in-chief's office, you see a large bulbous shadow floating behind the frosted window of that office.
All right. We just get in here, do what we came to do, and then leave. And then we can wake up that journalist and send him off back to work.
Yeah, definitely.
I think if we want to change the original words, we gotta go to the vault where they keep those. Everything else is a copy.
That's a good point.
All right. Good thing I'm went to a rogue school that with high prestige. I can easily break into any locked device.
And if
Makes
you
you
can't,
think.
I'll smash it.
Are we just copies? Are any of us original?
Kinda hurts my head.
Yeah.
Or are we just faint shadows of the heroes we wish we were?
Here, have another cupcake. She digs around in her bag for more blueberry cupcakes.
Yes. Tusk takes the other cupcake and feels better once again.
Oh.
A nagging feeling of oppressive of guilt and shame is washed away for another few moments.
Well, I make my way over to the vault, feeling reassured and confident.
All right, making your way over to the vault. You're gonna try and open it.
That's right.
All right, then let's roll a stealth check. You rolled a 20, dirty 20. So
Oh.
you open it, the vault opens, and inside are all of the originals, all of the original prints of every paper that has ever been published, as well as today's, which has yet to be published.
You see me retract my trunk, which I had turned into a sort of key shape that went into the lock and got it open. And I'm like, and I go, what? And it straightens out into a normal trunk again. Ooh. All right. Now we're here. What do we say?
I feel like this is a strict binary opportunity to either do the right thing or the wrong thing.
But first, like that great bard tale, I gotta I got the Jones of Indiana. I have to swap the precious manuscript.
Okay.
Does this feel right to you? Here, let me pass it around.
All right, who do you pass it to first?
Twark.
All right,
Okay.
Twerk, odd or even?
Even.
Yeah, it feels fine to you.
Yeah, this is exact weight. Nothing will happen if you put this on that manuscript pedestal.
Fantastic. Everyone else feel good about Twark's choice?
Hang on, I got medical scales in here for measuring blood bags. And she takes out a big, I don't know.
Aren't those just for measuring blood bags?
Yeah, it's specifically shaped for a blood bag. Like it has, like the little,
Will it give us
IV
accurate
drip.
sand weight? Do they
Only
have
one way to
sand-
find out. She holds up the blood bag measure.
Odd or even?
Even.
All right, yes, it is not accurate.
Uh-oh, this is gonna cause a problem. It's not standard, and everything in Doctor World must be to code.
That's true.
Oh, what
Yeah,
do
but are you using the metric system or the imperial system?
I don't know if I have a converter.
We should just calculate the conversion and then we'll be fine.
Can I calculate the conversion?
You certainly can. That's going to be an intelligence check. We'll roll a d20. The better you do, the better you do. You rolled a 15, so yes, you have calculated the accurate conversion. However, you don't have to tell anybody that.
Man, he's sweating over there. That's some intense math. I don't know.
As I recall, you wanted to be on the making the paper mache boy job, not the killing the journalist job. And since then, it seems like people have just been doing stuff without even considering asking you.
I mean,
Fizz.
that's normal. So like, it's not really their fault. I mean, it's my stage presence, really.
And technically, it wasn't the killing the journalist job till Fitz Bigwig got there.
Yeah, I think we were supposed to knock him unconscious or maybe just distract him and take his clothes, badge. He's dead now.
He's what?
He's dead?
He's
Yeah,
I thought he was sleeping.
well, we thought that Dot could use a cadaver.
Honestly, I was more concentrated on doing the paper mache part that I didn't even listen to what we were supposed to do with the reporter, and I'm really sorry.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh,
But really, I mean, the cadaver could be useful, Dot. I hear medical students just poke at those things.
We get covered in paper mache.
We'd have to, because as is, it looks too much like my son.
But we don't have any more paper mache other than
Shadio.
Ah, Machete-o.
oh boy.
Dark
Oh.
bargain.
All right, so are you putting the sand onto the? Are you doing an Indiana Jones
Oh,
maneuver as you
Stay
weigh
away
the
from us.
moral consequences of killing your boy?
Dot,
It's your baby boy. You gotta decide.
you brought a son into creation, and now you could kill him in order to save people. I'm just saying.
I think Dot is you begin to see like the cartoonish bull steam come out of her nose as she begins to and her nostrils start flaring and she's like, I can't make such a choice, and you see her begin to get a little upset, and this is typically the prelude to her losing it.
Oh,
Oh, what is she doing? Calm her down. What is going? Oh no!
Doc, I'm gonna look for a cupcake. I'm just gonna be in your bag, looking through things.
all right, yeah. Let's roll a d20. You need a 12 or better. You rolled a 2.
Okay, this looks like a cupcake to me.
Can I play a calming tone?
Yes, the cupcake is not a cupcake. It is just it's just So it's like a little pliers to remove teeth, and so you shove that into Dot's mouth. But Fizz is going to begin performing a soothing tune. Is that an engineering check, or do you want to do that as a persuasion check?
I was hoping to do it as a medicine check.
You are not trained in medicine, so you wouldn't be able to do that.
Yes, I am.
Oh, yeah, you are. My apologies. Look at that. We got to pay attention to our character sheets. All right. Then I am going to dock you 1d6, so we're just going to cancel that. So it's a straight. You rolled a 12. So, yes, you begin performing a soothing tune.
This will actually open your root chakra and allow you to center yourself.
Wow.
I feel better about killing my son.
Well, we've been making a lot of noise. I'm gonna go check out the side of the vault and make sure nobody's coming.
Good thing it's a Sunday. Not a lot of
You
people.
peek outside the vault, and all of the journalists, all of the reporters, all the printers are all standing there with various weapons.
Oh, this press
Like,
prints
shut
on
that guy.
Sundays.
I think
I put this sand down. Is this? I'm still holding this.
Oh, go ahead and put it on the thing. It's probably
Okay.
yeah.
Thanks.
On the thing, and bars drop down at the entrance of the vault, and the vault begins slowly descending, like on a stair.
Machete, run!
You see all of the journalists peer through the grates of the bars as you slowly descend down. A voice comes over like an intercom. It's like, it is I, the editor-in-chief, Seymour News, and you have violated our sanctity. You have violated our security, and for that, you will suffer the most painful treat of all. You will be erased.
Oh no!
Oh, yes. And it's not a metaphorical erasure. We will be removing your names and information from all of our journalistic references from here on out. But also, this will drop into acid and melt all of you into just puddles of ink that we will use to print other things.
I mean, he had me at the first half. I kind of liked the privacy, but the second, no, thank you.
Well, we enjoyed our privacy too until you came in with your paper mache boys and your murderous bards and your elephant people and your cattle folk. Enough is enough. We have a spider people infestation, and we don't need this on top of it.
Spider people.
Yes, the spider people. They're a nuisance, but that's neither here nor there. Enjoy your acid bath, you jabronis.
Thank you.
Man,
You're welcome. And you can start to smell the acidic, caustic aroma of acid as the vault continues to lower
Oh god.
further and further down. Tusk, you're up first. What would you like to do?
Okay. Snarla's gonna kill me for this, but I have some leaked music that she has yet to actually produce and said she would never ever do it and that no one ever should hear it. I'm gonna be like Seymour Nudes or news.
Seymour Nudes is my brother who's in the pornography business. I am Seymour Nudes.
Well, I got news for you. It's Snarla's unpublished music.
Wait, Snarla Blastwind? The Snarlin' Darlin'?
That's right, none other, the great wonder from the Orc Thunder.
And you're going to give me exclusive rights to publish this if I spare you and your cohorts?
That's right, and I also have some copies of her diary from when she was 13 years old.
Oh my, that's some titillating journalistic stuff right there. Ooh.
She put on the back of every page all of her greatest fears, and we're still not really sure why.
That I think the general public needs to know all this information. The vault stops. Here's the deal. Put that information into this tube. You notice on the far end of the vault there is a tube, like a pneumatic tube, to send paperwork from one end of the newspaper to the other. And we will release you.
Ask them to send a lollipop back. When I was at my bank, they used to send me a lollipop when I made
Can I
a deposit.
replace the music, whatever the physical, with my demo?
Yes, you can.
Like a demo tape? Like
Yeah.
a small EP? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. That is.
Like instead of Starla's music, it's mine.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's an engineering check. Oh, you got a nat 20. So what happens?
At the idea that it's going to get exclusive published rights, I'm so stoked that I then insert my demo instead. And yeah.
That's true. You do. You do that.
I just really want you guys to listen to this. I think it's good.
Fiddlesticks, you may have killed us all.
But I bet your music sounds real good.
The demo goes through the pneumatic tube.
What about the lollipop? Did they send a lollipop back?
Odd or even?
Odd.
No. They
Oh,
come back on wrapper.
Just like my mom would pretend she
You
didn't hear
fools!
me.
Like I was ever gonna actually release you. Enjoy being turned into ink while I publish this wonderful track. And the track begins playing, and suddenly there's a loud explosion. The vault stops and kind of shudders. What do you do?
Yeah, I never got the equalizing on that quite right. Every time I started the intro song, it just blew everything out. I
Is
didn't.
that why you called it a demo? Like, is a
Yeah, that's
okay?
isn't that what it's?
I've never known. I've never known why they say demo.
Yeah.
Demolition or
Yeah.
Well, that's what I thought it was for, but like
Oh,
anyway, we should go.
We can't go. I guess Dot will look at the. We're still hanging above the vat,
Mhm.
correct?
The vat of acid. Yes.
Dot's
Ugh.
gonna try and stick her horns through it and twist her head and look up and see if anyone's like controlling the mechanism. Excuse me, we need to go back up.
Yeah, sure enough, there is like an orc intern who has a big crank. He's like, geez, for real? It's so much harder to crank this thing back up. All right.
I'm sure Jerry from accounting would help, or not. Certainly not the paper boy. He's a real news person.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go as Jerry from accounting. Odd or even, Dot?
Even.
Take your time.
So the intern leaves, and Machetio pops in. Hey, it's me, Machetio, the paper mache boy. I survived.
Character. Why
Yeah.
are you saying name?
Oh, I'm sorry, it's me, JJ, the
Called you Jerry.
the
Okay.
journalist of questionable integrity who really doesn't like
JJ.
Spider-Man. All right, let's crank this up to save my papa and his weird friends.
That sounds right.
Family's what you make it. Is all I'm saying.
And Machetio begins cranking and pulling the vault back up.
I'd like
What
to
a
imagine
blessing.
it takes
What
a
a
really
blessing.
long time, and for the entire every like just jolting movement, Dot's like, "That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy."
Oh, I can hear you, Pop. You're
Strong.
really helping me feel good about this.
That's my boy.
All right. Tusk, odd or even?
Even.
Oh, we got an odd. As it's just about to come up and set back in place where the gate will open up, you hear the intern come back with the guy from accounting. And they're like, "Hey, wait a minute! "You're just a paper mache boy." And he's like, "No, I'm not just a paper mache boy. I'm the best paper mache boy." And the three of them begin fighting. This causes the vault to drop a little bit, but the gate opens, so you can crawl out before it locks back up. What would the four of you like to do?
If you grab onto me, perhaps I can try and bolster my wings to fly us out.
Am I too heavy?
I'll leave it to the voice in the sky to decide that.
Can I use my fugue state to trapeze us all to safety?
Yes. I'm gonna go with that one first because that's the biggest action. So we'll roll that first. You rolled a 3. So yes, you enter the fugue state, and in your fugue state, you are one with the muse, the fuse muse. What do you see? How do you turn this iron coffin into a trapeze?
So the stuff that we're hanging from, I attempt to you know how they have those trapeze artists that what is the thing called? I think it's called like a spider web. Anyway, that where I'm tying myself up in the rope. And what I'm doing
like
is
silk dancing.
Oh,
like silk dancing.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
And then to gain enough momentum to knock everybody over to safety. Basically,
Alright.
I'm trying to click. What is the Newton ladder?
Yes.
Ladder them over.
Can Dot try to put Twark in the flying elephant's arms because she's a little concerned about Twark's general trajectory as a
Yes.
cat.
Mark was still like knocking on the pneumatic tube, like, I'm gonna want a lollipop all day now. So
as Fizz is shifting the vault back and forth like this, Tusk grabs the two of you and tries to fly out, but every time he tries to fly out, he gets caught as the vault just keeps swinging back and forth. He flies out, and then he's in the vault again, and then it switches back down. And so, but Fizz manages to get the vault to slam through the frame of this drop trap, and it smashes back into the main room of the newspaper as Tusk, you fly out with the two of them, successfully having finally flown out. So yes, you have escaped the trap. You see that most of the newsroom is on fire. They're trying to put the fire out on the printing press. There's a massive explosion where the editor-in-chief's office was. It's just a smoldering wreckage. And you also see Machetio pop back in, having successfully defeated those two journalists. He's like, "Oh, I got bloodlust now, like my papa. Oh, I'm a real tough cookie." And then he is zapped with a beam of magical energy, and he immediately bursts into flames and is reduced to ash.
Machete!
My son! I would like to use my
I had no
walk it off
connection to him
rage.
whatsoever.
And Dot will yell, "Walk it off!" and just points accusingly at everyone in the vicinity as she's overcome with rage.
You rolled a nat 20, so everyone stops what they're doing, and they look around, and all of them punch themselves in the kneecap, breaking their own legs. And they're like, "Ow! Ah!" But the pile of ash that was Machetio begins to swirl and form and turns back into Machetio, who goes, "Oh, okay, Papa, I'll walk it off. Look at me, I'm walking it off.
That's
I'm
how
fine."
we do it. That's how we do it.
Oh,
this is healthy.
Dot will point at Fizzy Biggs and say, "Put that on the reference."
You got it.
Good.
Should I be taking notes?
well,
I mean, yeah.
from the destroyed office of the editor-in-chief floats out a beholder with a massive glowing eye and several eyes around its head. Its maw is gleaming with broken teeth, and it's very clear that it had a massive explosion go off right beside it. It seems to be suffering from tinnitus. You! All of you suck, and I'm gonna kill each and every one of you as soon as it stops ringing in my ears. And he is going to attack. Let's roll a 1d6. 2. So he misses all of you. The only person he hits is Dot. Dot, you can have something weird happen, or you can take a tiny bit of damage.
I'll take a tiny bit of damage. I think
All
in
right,
her rage
yes.
state, she doesn't even care.
Yeah, he fires a beam of lightning from one of his eyes. It strikes you, and it just kind of tingles for 2 points of damage. That would make it Tusk's turn. Tusk, what do you do?
I am going to throw a smoke bomb to try and hide.
All right. That'll be a stealth check, so 1d20 plus 1. Let me just check.
I like to picture Tusk actually pulling a sheet over himself as after the smoke bomb.
Yeah, that's pretty much how he does it.
Oh man, there's an elephant-shaped sheet over there, but no Tusk.
All right, yes, you rolled a 13, so you managed to hide. You are hidden. All right, that would make it Torque's turn. Torque, what would you like to do?
I would like to talk to the beholder and say, when I don't like what I'm hearing, I just try to listen to the sounds of nature like the birds. And I'm going to summon my wolf pack, my flock of songbirds.
Your flock of songbirds. I love it. All right, let's roll the d20. You rolled a 17. So what do the birds do? They fly in through the windows, crashing through the windows, and begin swirling around Seymour. What are they doing exactly?
They're singing a beautiful song to help him with his tinnitus.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Yes. Then I'm going to count this as a free power attack. So they begin singing a cacophonous sound of chirping and cawing, which just causes Seymour to close all his eyes. He's like, ah, ah, ah!
They even do it at 4 in the morning. It's just the beauty of nature. You can't stop him no matter what.
As he takes 12 points of damage, that would make it Fizz's turn. Fizz, what would you like to do?
Make the tinnitus worse.
Okay.
I'd
And how?
like to use my triangle to clang into his other ear
Okay.
as loud as possible.
I'm going to say that this is an engineering check, so 1d20 plus 1d6. You rolled a 19, so you jump onto him and you take your triangle and you just begin. But because it's a magically designed one, it amplifies the sound. And I'm going to say this is also a free power attack. So you inflict 8 points of damage on him as blood continues to gush out of his ears just all over the place. It's gross. That would make it Dot's turn. Dot, what do you want to do?
Dot will look behind her or wherever we left that bag of sand. I believe we did the swap right when we were caught in the trap.
Yeah.
And she just wants to see the result of the swap for the files. We have the files, correct? But we left the sandbag.
You run into the vault and you see the sandbag is stationed on there. It didn't work, but when the vault smashed through the trap and came back, all of the papers, all the original copies are strewn out all over the floor, and you are able to find the one you're looking for. So you were able to do that. That would make it Seymour's turn. Let's roll for him. Oh, he rolled a 5. That hits everybody. So first, Dot, that hits you by 4. So that is a lot of damage or something really bad. And the rest of you, he beat you by 3. So that's a fair amount of damage or something kind of bad.
I'll take
A fair amount of damage, yeah.
Fair amount of damage. Fizz.
Fair amount of damage.
Fair amount of damage. Torque.
Something kind of bad.
Something kind of bad. All right, and Dot.
Oh, sorry. The damage.
All right, the damage. So for Dot, that's 8 damage to you as he fires a death bolt from 3 of his eyes. They shoot out. So that's 8 points of damage for you, and that's 5 points of damage for Fizz and Tusk. He also looks at you, Twerk, and he focuses all of his magical energy into his main eye, and he blasts you with a beam, and it turns you into a stack of newspapers.
Yep. Yeah, it does.
You are incapacitated. You'll have to roll 2 checks to overcome it. You can also have people help you, and you can try to do other stuff, but it will come at a deficit to you. All right, so that would make it Tusk's turn. Tusk, what do you want to do?
All right, so I'm hiding, and the beholder's like looking around for me because he hears a little like in his ears, and he turns around and there's some newspapers fluttering and slowly going down the sky, and then he hears something behind him, and he turns and it's the break room, and the table's like wobbling, whoop 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 whoop, and then he hears or feels senses a rumbling from underneath him, and looks, and it's just a carpet. Wait, I never put a carpet there. It's actually my belly, and I get up and I jump up and sneak attack. I grab his eyeball and I put it in one of the newspaper press machines and go, "Stop the press!" And I try and shove it in for an ultra power attack.
Yes. Yeah, considering you were stealth, I'll give you an additional 1d6, so 4d6 for 21 points of damage.
Oh.
Yeah, you slam him into this. His main eye bursts open. Goo spills out all over the place. His other eyes close with pain as he screams about, as ink flies all over him. He can't see. He can't do anything. He's just flying around, dropping onto the ground like a beach ball, just bouncing all over the place. That would make it Fizz's turn. Fizz, what do you want to do?
Let's do a good old-fashioned basic attack.
All right, we'll go for a simple attack then.
Yeah, simple.
Yep. What are you attacking him with? What weapon?
So I'm gonna throw my triangle like a ninja star.
All right, yeah. You throw your triangle like a ninja star. It goes into the empty hole where his main eye once was, and when it hits the bone on the back of that eye socket, causing it to resonate. And because it amplifies sound, and it's in an oval shape, the sound just amplifies and amplifies and amplifies until it goes, ah, print, and then he blows up. The gore flying everywhere. All of the other the journalists are in complete panic, and they're running out. That would make it Twerk's turn. Twerk, what do you want to do?
So I'm incapacitated. I have to try to not be a newspaper.
Yes, you can use your action to try and beat one of your 2 checks, or you can do anything else. It will just come at a disadvantage.
Okay. I'm going to try to change the text of myself on the newspaper to be a scathing review of the scandal of the Beholder editor-in-chief not telling the truth, not letting the people know what's really happening. He's going to see himself in his own newspaper exposed.
I love it. I'm going to say this is your class feature. This is poetic justice.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to roll a d20. You got a nat 20.
Woo!
You got a nat 20. So so
Extra.
tell me
Hear
the
all
consequences.
about it.
Yeah, tell me the consequences of that. So all of your newspapers changed to talk about how the cool adventurers and the new adventurers teamed up to expose this libelous, scandalous editor-in-chief and his ring of bad journalists who are up to no good. So what else happens?
Yeah, the newspapers, not just me, we all gather and we start chanting like 2 legs good, no legs and a bunch of eyes bad.
Bad. 2 legs good.
Legs.
No
No.
legs.
A bunch of eyes bad. Yeah.
Yeah, and sure enough, Torque, you step out of the newspapers completely formed again, because as you are a pioneer poet, you are one with the spoken word, and you are 2 with the written word, and so you cannot be bound in print for long, because the spirit of poetics is a living thing, and so you step out formed once again in your corporeal form as the newspapers fly all over town. You can hear people going, "Wow, I can't believe it! The Cool Adventurers are so great!" You can hear people shouting that from the back. And the ghost of Seymour News appears before you, and he's like, "No! No! You've ruined me!"
Oh, what a crazy adventure.
It
Yeah.
sure was,
Wow.
Dot says, and then stabs herself with the boo-boo cleaver because she's 1 HP. And is hoping to heal herself.
All right.
Twerk. Twerk, Dot, you both are pretty cool adventurers.
Oh wow, this is like a promotion.
Thanks, she says with the cleaver stuck in her side.
Can I assist Dot with healing herself?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Oh, I just got one last thing I gotta say to you, Dot. And I was really brave of you to choose your boy over ourselves. And it's just like a doctor and a parent, you gotta put your patient or your boy ahead of you. And I guess what I'm trying to say is you may be a minotaur, but when it comes to being a doctor and a mother or a parent, you're gonna go minifar.
Oh wow. And it rhymed, so it's that much more true.
Well done. Yes, let's roll the assist. It was a hindrance. You can keep it as a hindrance, Fizz, or you can burn some EP to turn it into helpful.
I have 3 EP left.
All right, you can burn all 3 to turn it into helpful.
Beautiful. Done.
All right, then yes, you stab yourself with the boo-boo cleaver, and it heals you back to maximum health, and you also have 8 health that you can give to someone else. Like you can magically heal someone else or multiple people. You can spread it through the group if you want.
My face is a little blown off from a cigar incident that may or may not have been my own fault.
Hold still, she says as soon as she's feeling better, and she just smacks you upside the face with the other flat part of the boo-boo cleaver.
I'm
You are
used to it.
healed for 8 orc, and
I
so
only need 4, but I mean, I feel twice as good as I needed to.
And so the cool adventurers looked at their new compatriots, the new adventurers, and they came to an understanding that they could work together, and when they joined forces, great things could happen. Much like streaming channels, if they also joined forces and sometimes collaborated together, great things would happen. And this would be a great place to end the adventure. However, the audience summoned a big bad evil monster! And it just bursts through the newspaper. It's another colossus, and this one's even bigger than the original stone colossus. This one is 36 feet tall. It just rips the newspaper apart, and you can see there's a snake person on top of it. And the snake person has a hat made of skulls of other orcs and things like that. And he goes, "Sah! You thought you could defeat us? Now we will defeat you!" And it slams its giant fist down. Oh, that's a massive hit. It beat all of you by 6 or more.
Oh boy.
It slams its fist down. So you can take a fuck ton of damage or have something really bad happen.
Really bad.
All right,
Yeah, really bad.
really bad.
Really bad.
Really bad.
Really bad. All right, it slams, and the floor of the newspaper cracks open, and the 4 of you begin sliding down towards that giant pit of acid that is still at the bottom of the still at the bottom of the newspaper. So you have 2 rounds to stop yourself from falling into the acid. Tusk, you're up first. What would you like to do?
I'm going to try and use my or bands and place them on my tusk, and then I'm going to lunge my face forward and try and turn around and shove them into the ground and try and stop my fall. And I'm going to call out to the snake people and be like, "Don't you know you're yesterday's news?"
Oh, well, you're struck by a black bolt of lightning because you made far too many puns, my friend. But I'm going to say this is let me check your stats. I'm going to say this is an acrobatics check on your part. And because you're using your magic weapons, I'll give you an additional 1d6. So yes, you rolled an 18. You have stopped yourself. You stopped yourself. You can see the acid. Some debris and stuff falls down, but you have successfully stopped yourself. Fizz, it's your turn. What do you do?
Can I use my triangle to create some kind of propeller and helicopter my way out?
Yes, of course you can. That'll be an engineering check. Let's roll a d20 plus 1d. Oh! You crit failed.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh no!
So what happens instead?
Can I leave that up to you?
Yeah, of course you can.
Excellent.
All right, yes. You pull out your triangle again and you begin fiddling with it, tapping it to make the right kind of sound to produce a levitating effect. However, it does not do that. Instead, it teleports you directly into the vat of acid, and you take 1 point of acid damage, but you are in the acid.
And sounds of silence play as
Yes.
I'm in the acid.
Hello, acid, my old friend.
Yeah, exactly.
You've come to dissolve me once again.
Again, the rhyme makes it just so much better.
That would make it. Torque's turn. Torque, what do you do?
Well, all this talk of fatherhood makes me think of my old boy, and I'm gonna use my animal whistle, which kind of sounds like. I'm gonna call Lightning Bolt, probably right outside. Tied him up recently.
Yes.
I've been here the whole time. He's quick as a slow
Yeah,
donkey.
no.
And I'm gonna say, stick him on the acid.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Get that fizzle bomb.
You hear a door break, and a donkey leaps down and like dives down and like somehow defying the laws of physics, just like dives all the way down into the acid, and then grabs Fizzlewig and throws it on its back, and it goes. Eeyor! Eeyor!
Old Lightning Bolt's fast if he's just got gravity on his side. We've fallen down a mountain or two.
So, Fizz, you are now defended from any damage for the next round. So that would make it Dot's turn. Dot, what do you want to do?
Dot is going to violently flip her body around and jam her horns into the ground. Actually, which way do they point? I don't know. Whichever way they point, she's gonna jam her horns in and hopefully skid to a halt with the horns.
All right, sounds good. I'm going to say that is an athletics check. So let's roll the athletics check. We rolled a 5. Do you have any EP left?
I do. I have 4.
Okay. I'm going to say, yeah, it's going to cost all 4 EP for you to pull it off. Or you can fail and continue to tumble down towards the acid.
I'll spend the EP on it.
All right. Then you spend the EP and you slam your head into the wall. Your horns catch. You are now dangling as well. That would make it the Colossus's turn again. It's going to slam its fists down again, throwing more debris your way. It rolled a 4, so it beat most of you by 2, and it beat Dot by 3. So Dot, you can take damage, or you can have something bad happen.
I'll take the damage.
All right, yes. You take 4 points of damage as the printing press slams into you and just smacks you in the back. and slides down into the acid. It beat the rest of you by 2, so that's a little bit of damage, or something kind of bad.
I'll take a little bit of damage.
All right, you take 3 points of damage as a brick just smacks you in the head.
Oh!
Fizz, you actually don't take any damage because you're protected by lightning bolt, so you're fine. I apologize, you're completely fine. But Twerk, do you want to take some damage or have something?
I'll take some damage.
All right, yeah, you take 3 points of damage as well as a brick hits you. That would make it Tusk's turn. Tusk, you are now halfway down this tunnel, this well of acid, and so the Colossus is up here, and you're like down here, and then the acid's down here. What would you like to do?
So we got Dot is okay. Is Fizzlewig and Lightning Bolt are looking like they're gonna be okay next round, or?
Well, I mean, Lightning Bolt is swimming in acid, but he's a tough donkey. He's a tough
Been through a
jackass.
lot together.
All right, and
So-
we
A hard ass.
Yeah, he's
We
a
got-
hard ass. He's a hard ass. Well done, great joke, Fizzlewig. Give yourself 2 EP or 2 HP, whichever you need.
Definitely the EP.
uh,
Not an EP. I'm 2 EP now.
All right. Well, you got yourself 2 more EP.
I know Twark is still kind of falling.
Yeah,
so,
Marcus is fallen. He's just
I'm-
falling down.
I'm gonna take out my my mysterious liquid from my rogue master Finkel, and I'm gonna toss it up to Twerk and go, you got this, red leader, and I toss it up to him, and then I use my trunk to try and catch him and balance him. So if you want to just see if I catch him to slow him from falling, and then he'll have to see if he catches his thing or whatever.
All right. So the strange potion, Finkel's strange potion, is actually your cool ability. So we'll just roll that first. You rolled a 7. So yes, you throw the potion to him. He kind of says something like, what? And it lands in his mouth, and he chugs it. And he changes from a catfolk to a catfish to a shark bird. And he just begins flying around because he is now a shark bird, flying up. So yes, and then you wrap your trunk around his tail, so he doesn't fly away, as he is thoroughly confused about what just happened to him.
Always a surprise with Finkel's mysterious liquid. Oh, I wasn't sure what that was gonna do, but you look awesome.
All right, that would make it Fizz's turn. Fizz, what do you want to do?
Can I use animal handling to convince the donkey to get us out of the acid?
Yes, you 100% can. Let's roll an animal handling check. Yeah, you got 16. So you can now communicate with the donkey. The donkey is no longer going, yeah. It's like, hell, this is burning. Oh, hot. This is hot to chop. Whoopee, yeah. This is a hot bowl of chili. What's going on? What are we doing?
Let's get out of here.
Oh, sounds good to me, boss. But, you're not my boss. My boss just got turned into a shark bird. So I guess you're my new boss. How are we getting out of here?
The same way that, motorcycles can be in a cage and be upside down.
Oh, I get you. You want me to run real fast and use centripetal force to create the effect of me being stationary against the wall.
Precisely.
You got it, boss. And lightning bolt begins running towards the wall. He is no longer doing Sikkim, so you will take damage this round. You take 4 points of acid damage. As he's doggy paddling through, acid is spraying all over the place.
You mean
That
donkey
would-
paddling?
Donkey paddle, yes. Thank you. All right, that would make it Twerk's turn. Twerk, what do you want to do?
being turned into a shark bird, a sudden inspiration strikes me, and I begin to sing, Lord, I'm free as shark bird, and the shark bird cannot change.
I love it. I love it. That's going to be a performance. You rolled a nat 20. What would you like to happen? Anything can happen. Literally anything. What would you like to happen?
I mean, I would like the people to have realized in all their heads and the semi-conscious newspapers from before that they wanted me to sing Free Shark Bird, and just kind of start a sort of Live Aid concert to raise money for freedom of press, I think, is what we really need to do here.
Yes, I love it.
A lot of concerning ideas about what the press represents, and I just want to cover that by using the tones of Free as a Shark Bird.
Yeah, the ghost of Seymour News pops up, and he's like, if I print here tomorrow, would you say I libeled you? And then the snake people are like, we can all go together and book it down like a shark bird do. Wow, 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 wow.
That's gonna use her cleavers to like get a spark going for the lighter, and she holds up a constantly sparking set of weapons and just sways with her horns stuck in the wall.
Love it. So with that, the ghost of Seymour News has been swayed. He's no longer your enemy. He is filled with the good spirits of this live concert, and he picks you and Tusk up with his ghost energy and sets you back down behind the Colossus, which itself is holding a massive torch, and it's not singing along because it's a giant stone Colossus, but the snake people on top of it are. That would make Dot's turn. Dot, what do you want to do?
Dot, clanging those weapons together with her head stuck in the wall, feels like we're in a good place right now. So I think she's going to attempt to do a backflip, unwedge herself from the wall, and kind of do like some kick flips to get back to the top.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. That sounds great. I'm going to say that is also an athletics check. So let's roll an athletics for you. Oh, we got another nat 20. You crit again. So you tell me what happened. Not just that, because you got a nat 20. What else happened?
Ooh, I think as she's kick flipping up the wall, in typical Dot fashion, she doesn't know her own strength and ability, and continues kick flipping back into the center of the giant Colossus, and kind of there's like a comedic dot shaped cutout from the area that she flips through as she just kind of crashes right through the center of him.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's a free power attack for you. So, yes, and because it's a nat 20, I'm just going to say it's max damage. And so that would be 18. So, yeah, you slam through the Colossus. And it looks down and it's like, does not compute. As you are also now standing behind the Colossus. That would make it the Colossus's turn.
Sorry.
It's going to attack. Oh! And it rolled a 6, so that's going to hit everybody. Because it's either you can take a fuck ton of damage or have something really bad happen when it rolls a 6.
Can I use some EP to get missed?
Yes, you can burn some EP to miss. How much EP do you have left?
I have 7.
I'm going to say 4 EP.
Okay, you got it.
All right, 4 EP to have it miss. Fizz.
Boy. Something really bad.
All right, something really bad.
I definitely can't take the damage.
Yeah. You kind of feel that Thunderbolt stops donkey paddling, and he goes, "Hey there, Buckaroo! I just realized I ain't got no feet no more because the acid done ate it. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna buck you real hard, toss you into the air, and we'll let the celestial kitten figure out if you should live or die."
Valhalla.
No! And he bucks you into the air and you go flying into the air. So you're basically back where you started, which is a really bad place to be. That would make it Torque's turn. Torque, what do you do?
I'm gonna take a pointer from the man who turned me into a sharkbird and try to use EP to finagle my sharkbird form out of this space. I have 7 EP left.
Yeah, I'm gonna say to not take any damage, it's gonna be 4 EP.
Okay.
All right, yeah. So you also take no damage, and you shift back into your catfolk turn. That would make it, or catfolk form, I should say. That would make it Dot's turn. Dot, what do you want to do?
Dot looks up on the other side, sees the hole shaped like herself, and just sheepishly looks down and says, "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel worse." She's gonna say, "I'm gonna try to fix that," and she's just gonna come at him with cleavers, just shaking, and we'll see if she helps or hurts.
All right. So you are trying to heal him.
Yeah, she is.
All right. Odd or even?
Even.
Oh, you rolled a 3, so you are hurting him.
Also works.
Hedging your bets.
Oh, and you rolled 15. As you're trying to heal, you're just like cleaving the stone away from his limbs. They're falling off. He's like tumbling. He's like, stop. You're not actually helping. Critical damage.
Hold still.
You cleave off its arms. It's just like a torso now.
Just cough.
Stop. That would make it its turn. And considering it is in critical damage, it only has 1 attack available to it. And it crit failed. It rolled a 1. Oh. From its because it doesn't have a face. It has the carving of a serpent in its place. That begins glowing. And then it beeps 10 times. Beep, 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 beep. Then it stops glowing. And then it beeps 9 times. Beep, 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 beep.
Run. Maybe just run.
I mean, I don't have legs anymore, but I can swim, I think. No one really understands physics.
Turn back into your normal form. You can't run.
Right.
Because it is about to activate its self-destruct function, but we have 1 round before it blows up. So Tusk, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna try and throw a. I have a thing full of oil, and I'm gonna try and throw it to where it might like stumble into or right behind it, and then I'm gonna come up behind Dot and just try and really like shoulder like the Colossus and bump him down the hill into the vat. Hopefully.
All right, I love it. I'm gonna say that's an assist. So you're assisting Dot. And you rolled a 12, so it is a helpful maneuver. So not whatever you choose to do, you will have an additional 1d6 to help with that. Viz, you are tumbling through the air as gravity is now pulling you back towards the vat of acid.
Can I use my class feature, Deus Ex Machina?
Yes, you can.
Wonderful. What I'd like to do is again use my triangle to basically become an extended spear and extend the length of the room.
Yeah.
To basically hold me onto a steady rod above the acid.
I love it. Let's roll. You rolled a 7, so yes, you have successfully done this. But you are so close to the lava, you take a single point of damage. Or not lava, the acid. You're so close to the acid.
Oh god, it's lava!
Lava and acid?
It's lava now!
What's going on in this
A
journal?
single point of damage, but you did manage
Yours
to
are
stop
so
it.
mean today.
All right, that would make it Torque's turn. Torque, what do you want to do?
Well, we're in the newspaper place, so I assume there's one of those old-timey cameras that you kind of duck under the sheet, and there's a flash bulb. So I'm just gonna duck under one of those and try to take the picture of the Colossus, kind of blinding him, making him kind of maybe fall backwards away from us.
All right,
Into
I'm
the
going to say
vat
this
of
is
acid
also-
where I am. That's nice.
Wait, maybe missing you in his armpit? I don't know. So this is like
and I'll say this is also an aid action, and you rolled an 11, so it is helpful as well. So you now have 2d6 bonus to whatever you decide to do, Dot, and it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Dot puts away the cleavers and says, "It's all up to me, just like my mom always said." And she's gonna close her eyes and say, "Holy cow!" And
All right, I
she's
love
going
it.
to activate her once a game.
Yep. Oh yeah, you rolled a 17. So you transform into a giant golden cow with 6 wings and little what are those called? Halos. You got a halo over each of your horns and a halo under each of your udders. And the sound of like angelic music is just like blasting. It's like, ah! Just like coming from everywhere as you just stampede into the Colossus. Let's roll this as 5d6 because it's a power attack plus 2. Oh yeah!
Look out, Fiddle Biddle!
You obliterate it. You slam into it. The two of you tumble down into the vat of acid as it crumbles away into nothing. You use your wings and you stop and you let Fizzlewig land on top of you, and you fly back up, landing in the newsroom as the last little component of the Colossus lands into the acid and explodes, a huge column of flame erupting out of the well where the lava, I keep saying lava, where the acid was.
It's lava now.
It's not lava now.
they mixed them.
In front of the
Congratulations,
column,
you have
backlit.
defeated the big bad evil monster, courtesy of our audience. Well done.
Dot wants to be backlit as like the final pose with like the fiddle-biggle on her back, and she just is gonna do her one-liner. I'm ready for my close-up, and then she gives like a big golden wink.
I love it. As you shift back into your normal Dot form, the 4 of you look around. Suddenly, a bunch of people come running into the newspaper. They're just regular townsfolk, orcs, Durgars, a couple gnomes. They all come running in and they're like, "You're the heroes! Oh, we had no idea!" And the tavern master comes in and goes, "Yeah, you really did it. You saved the day."
Are there any paper mache shaped people in the crowd?
There is one paper mache boy.
He made it. He made it, Dot.
I knew he would.
Machetio comes running up to you. "Papa, what should I do now? Do I continue to pretend to be a journalist who hates spider people for some reason? Or should I explore this new thing called sentience and see what the world holds for me?"
I think the world is too dangerous for you, Machetio. But a life of journalism will bring you great promise. And I recently went to a charity event, and I think it's a great profession.
"Oh, I do too. I actually really enjoy it. I'm gonna take over this paper, and I'm gonna make sure that everything published is the highest standards of journalistic integrity. None of this penny dreadful stuff. None of this splash journalism. None of this shock journalism. Just the cold hard facts and the truth."
That's all I can ask from you, Machetio. And Dot looks around at the rest of the group. That's my boy.
That's my papa.
Be proud.
That's my papa. Now, everybody get out of here, because I gotta put this place back together so that we can publish tomorrow's paper.
Also, don't forget to advertise the tavern.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta advertise the
You
tavern.
could put this below the billfold somewhere or whatever, the centerfold.
Oh, and guys, should we call ourselves the new cool adventurers?
Oh, boy.
I mean, new and news, I feel like it has been said too much. So I think they should just stick with the cool adventurers.
How about the new cool adventurers?
Did you say new nude? This was a
New
problem earlier.
cool.
A beholder burst through the wall.
Nice
It's
to-
me, Steve-on Nudes! Did someone talk about nudes?
Oh,
No!
Will the cool adventurers be able to stop Seymour Nudes, the twin brother of Seymour Nudes?
Worst.
Will Dot ever be able to get that reference to the medical board to begin her illustrious career as a doctor? Will Torque Main's poems ever be published? Will Fizz ever do anything right? And will Tusk develop a dependency on emotionally manipulative cupcakes? These mysteries and more to be found out next time on Hazards and Hijinks. Wowie wow, what a great adventure. Ooh, we had everything. We had Snake Folk, we had Colossus, we had a scathing review of the Fifth Estate. Everything you could want and more in this wonderful collaboration between InsightChecked and Hazards and Hijinks. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we did in fact defeat 2 constructs as well as created a new construct. So I'm going to say yes, that is a level achievement earned. And you successfully infiltrated the newspaper with Machetio. So that's 2 level achievements, which means you earn 3 level achievements. If I'm not mistaken, that means Tusk is now level 3. That means Fizz is now level 2, and that doesn't mean anything for Dot and Torque until the next time we see him, which I hope is soon. And with that, we wish you all a very adventure-filled day. We do this, we do this by you, for you, because we love you, and we can't do it without you. So please like, subscribe, follow, all of us, all of our stuff. Our social medias are all over the place. You can't miss us.
Yeah, Stream Elements has been going wild in the chat. Click those
Yeah.
links.
Get on those links. And tell us if you want us to collaborate more, because now they're established characters in the Hazards and Hijinks world. We can pull them in anytime.
I'm so excited by that. Thank you.
thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you all for being here. Thank you so much, Hero, for running. Thank you both for being awesome players. The elephant head apparel is amazing. Thank you, Tom, for being here as well. Tom is representing the InsightChecked side, although this is his inaugural stream with us, so I'm excited to have you back as well. Thank you, everyone. Before we end, I just wanted to give everyone a chance for shout-outs. Any projects you're working on, anything you want to, share about yourself as the human behind the character. I'll start. I'm InsightChecked. You're watching my channel. First Fridays is a collaborative event where we invite guest GMs to the channel to run a game that's new to us for a little bit of chaos. And I got the chaos everybody on the channel today. So we really lucked out with the chaos here. But yeah, if you're interested in kind of coming on board and sharing what you got going on in your world, just reach out to me. I'll drop my socials in the chat. And yeah, so happy to have you all here. I will kick it over to Fizzlebig the Fabulous.
I don't really have anything going on. I'm not really active on social media, so don't follow me. And I've got a garden coming in. I've got a lot of new sprouts. I'm really excited about that. So you can't follow or see that anywhere. That's what I'm up to.
Awesome. I'm jealous. I love the private life. And our player of Tusk, and forgive me, I'm not remembering your names, so
Well,
I'm doing a cop out.
It's all good. I'm Tyler X. Kuntz. I've run my own production company, Interstice Productions, where we do a bunch of different D&D actual play podcasts that we're working on. One of them's One Shot Wonders, where we playtest published one-shot adventures to give the DMs a little hint on how to go about doing an adventure, or if they like the adventure based off of our playing, and it's a lot of fun. Be sure to check that out in the future. And I also help co-produce Hazards and Hijinks. Be sure to check us out. Hero will talk about that more later.
Right, well.
And yeah.
Wonderful. And our guest, Tom.
Yeah, I don't do much online except for the month of October. I'll be doing Extra Life stuff in October and November, but I mean, I usually will partner with Allison on that, so you'll see it on the InsightChecked stuff. So look out for that. Extra Life's a great organization that raises money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals through streaming and gaming and such. So more on that when it's the big gaming days in October and November, but otherwise just follow Allison, follow InsightChecked, and you'll get everything you need.
Awesome, thank you. And last but certainly not least, our guest GM, Hero.
Hi, everybody. I'm Hero. You can follow me on social medias at Hero is my name-o. I post pictures of me cooking mostly, but whatever. But you can also follow us at Hazards and Hijinks so that you can help out on our future adventures. You can suggest stuff to us. You can vote. There's always something going on Hazards and Hijinks. That is our Twitter. That is our Instagram. Check us out there. We also have a Patreon. You know, if you like Patreons, you can check out our Patreon. That wouldn't hurt us. Please like, subscribe, follow us on all of the distribution medias, the Twitches and the YouTubes. And I just want to give a huge thank you to Allison for this wonderful opportunity. It was an absolute blast. I know we had fun. I hope you had fun, and I hope you had fun at home too. But I'm not going to end on just the obligatory thank yous that one does in this industry. No, we are going to end the way we always do, with a hearty huzzah, and join in if you would be so kind. 3, 2, 1, huzzah!
Wonderful. And if I was faster on the cut, we would cut there. We'll do it in post. Thanks for hanging out in chat, everyone. Have a great night, and we'll see you soon. Oh, what's promo? Promo, Thursdays, Outer Wilds. See you next Thursday. See you there for me being confused. And what else is happening? The 24th, we're doing Neil Barden. If you don't know what that is, you should, and you will when you follow our channel and watch it. It's going to be amazing. So thanks, everyone. Have a great night. And yes, thank you all for being here, and we hope to see you again soon. Take care.
Bye.
Post is on.